Hello everyone, how are we? Welcome back. Wednesday evening, normal streaming time on Wednesday. As you say, Lewis, it's been a bit of a busy one, hasn't it, this week? We've been pretty busy, we've been streaming quite a bit. Obviously the playoffs are tomorrow, so we're going to go into playoff mode tomorrow. So Friday's not going to be a stream, Friday's drafts and crafts, but therefore tonight means we continue with Winfield. Look at that. Did a big swipe this time. I should have changed that. Actually, it's meant to be a TJ swirl, but there you go. Swirl's not swirl, it's a square in it. But anyway, welcome in everybody. Hope you're well. Of course, Lewis is here. Big Rogue's here as well. Obviously, everyone else in the background. Hope you're all having a lovely Wednesday. This, as we say, is Linfield right now. We are currently in a very weird position to be in. As one of my streams, we are 4 points clear with a game in hand. We've won 10 games out of 11. We've lost one. We're on a plus 22 goal difference. Bailey Cadamarteri has scored 15 goals. He's leading the average rating in the league. Then Owen O'Brien, then Kieran Evans. We have second and third in the assists. We have the top player of the match. We have top clean sheets, second top clean sheets, I should say, sorry. We have a lot of green on this list here. This is very bizarre. We've lost 3 games all season. One was an absolute mad one in Romania in the Europa Conference League, 5-1. Then we lost 2-0 to Larn, our first game in yesterday's stream, so let's bear that in mind. Okay, so that's the only defeat we've had in the league so far. Then we lost, again, a bizarre one against Partick Thistle, 4-2. Cadamarteri getting 2 goals. We're 3-0 down. We pulled it back to 3-2. Then we conceded a 4th goal, obviously. But we dusted ourselves down and we did what we're supposed to do. And we won 2-0 and then 5-2 and 2-0 and 4-1 and 2-0 and 4-1 and 5-0, 5-1 and 2-0 against Larn in the semi-finals of the County Antrim Shield, which means we play in the County Antrim Shield final against Glentoran in January. We have the Bet McLean Cup semi-final against Coleraine. So that's, again, there's maybe a final on the horizons there. We're only in the Northern Irish first round of cups. We haven't even attempted to get the Northern Irish Cup, but unfortunately the SPFL Trust Trophy has eluded us this year. Sadly. I mean, that would have been classic TJ though, wouldn't it? To have won a Scottish trophy in Northern Ireland. Like, given the fact that we have to try and win so many trophies here, to be like, yeah, you know what we did? We actually won the SPFL trophy in Northern Ireland. That was much easier, much better way of doing it. So that's off the table, unfortunately. So we move, we dust ourselves down, we go again, right? It's fine. We're in the end of November. Glentoran, then Warren Point, okay, then Coleraine in the Bet McLean Cup semi-final. By December, we should know whether we're in 2 cup finals or not. That's crazy, right? We're in a situation where we are... Obviously, we came here to win things. That's why we're here. And yeah, let's... Oh, hang on. I've not even realised that this guy's actually in our team. This is how far away I am. I've even forgotten that Holland would be in Linfield. Give him some contracts. Get yourself in, pal. Have what you want. Go on. God, I can't be losing him for nothing. Not just yet, anyway. We might need him in Scotland next year, or Wales possibly. So there you go. We'll re-sign him up. But yeah, Glentoran, they're currently 4th. Warren Point are currently 9th. Let's see if we can just keep pushing on that a little bit further, because that's obviously what we need, right? That's what we need to do. You know, more wins just nudges us a little bit closer. Obviously the league splits as well. Gotta see where we're at with things, you know? Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I've just got to... send something across the way. There you go. Right. So at the minute, Bailey Cadamarteri has 25 goals in 18 games, okay? That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Fat Nige, airport security is going to have a field day with you when you get a job in Scotland. Imagine the old scanners beeping off with all those cups tucked in your bags. I'm not going to lie to you, Fat Nige. I did spend a tiny little bit today considering doing, you know, those like graphics the football clubs do where it's like you have a, like at the end of the season, like they've won a trophy, and I was thinking I could maybe do that for this because there's definitely something's going to happen here, surely. The fact that Katamari is almost going to be the all-time league goal scorer, that says a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. What's Linfield's record top goal scorer? So most goals in a league season is 15. So yeah, he's probably not going to be the overall top goal scorer. 23 is the overall goal scored for Lewis McCann. He's already eclipsed that. So yeah, I'm going to start breaking records with Linfield. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Sorry, I've got a very, very unprofessional, but I've got a text conversation on the go as well, which is very, very interesting and important, and being like, ooh, a thing. Might be doing a thing. Right, Spurs 1, Palace 0, according to Lewis there. Real world football scores. Tony's getting the ferry, he's not taking the flight. They said it was unsinkable. No, Tony, that we said that you would actually be able to sink your own title challenges. I know it. It's not going to be. It's going to be fine. Tony turns up with 0 trophies. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Right, out of the 4 we've got left, Rogie, let's poll it. Out of the 4 we've got left, how many are we winning? Please, please, please let 1 be an option, at the very least. We need to get some. Once I've got 1 in my hand, I'll be happy. Right. Anyone tuning in for the Trifle Jameson's FM? We're doing a live experiment to see if Tony will just watch a bloke texting. I'm just doing things that begin with T, Rogie. You know, like I'm thinking, right, okay, so the Trifle was good. Right, Trifle happened. Would we now watch me text? Watching me trampoline is going to be interesting, to be honest. So we're going to have to let... Right, Sean wants out. So that's a bit of a shame. Leeds are 2-1 down against West Ham. Tough day for West Ham, by the way, as well. A tough day for West Ham. Czar says 3 trophies so far. Now, obviously, it would be nice to have a good result here. Why is Tony telemarketing? Is Tony performing tantric sex on himself? That's really weird. Is Tony doing this stream via telepathy? We would never know. We would never know. If he does a Rich and goes to Mexico, that would tell him Mundo James. Yeah. What's Rich playing at, by the way? Just like sacking things off and chucking his toys out the pram. That's not a Rich Owens thing. We never taught him that on FMT. Don't know where he's learned those tricks. You know. But yeah, if that's his thing, that's his thing. Let him do it. The votes are coming in. 1 trophy, 2 trophies. It's reasonable, to be honest. Out of the possible 4, 1. Mexico is his mother well. He was so desperate for it, wasn't he? He was so desperate for Mexico to happen as well. He was like, we'll do it, it'll be brilliant. And I was like, are you sure, Rich? Are you really sure? He's like, it'll be fine. All of a sudden it's now like, what is German for it will be fine? He did enjoy it last year, that's the thing. But then again, people enjoyed FM last year at Rogie as well, so there's also a little bit of that needs to happen. Right, let's just get this thing, shall we? We need a result here against Glentoran. Let's just nudge them a bit further down. Obviously as well, we do know that any victory we do get here is a hollow victory because it's we're obviously playing 4-2-3-1 gegenpressing, so it doesn't really count. Ball on the top. Boys. Cooper. Cadamarchi with there. Spurs 2-0 up against Palace now. A little nudge in there for 2 trophies. Well, someone's voted for a 3rd trophy. Oh, there's some confidence going in the chat tonight. Ball the top, Boys is away. Is he going to keep it in? Oh, the corner flag keeps it in for him. Cooper. I mean, you know what? That would have been nice if we'd have managed to get that. That would have been an incredible goal. Lewis is going 2. Rogie's gone all in. Of course you have, Rogie. Of course you have. Chairman FM in with the follow. Appreciate you, buddy. Very kind. Come on, boys. Let's get into Glentoran. Just 1 goal. Give us 1 goal. Give the ball to Bailey Cadamarchi is essentially what I'm saying here. Side. Ooh, that was a bit close. That was a little bit too close for comfort. They seem fairly well set up against us. I know it's 4-4-2. Not seeming to find too much space, are we? Duffy gets the header away. Cooper ducks the flying boot. Apparently just doesn't have the commitment. Great tackle by Mikason though. Back inside. Duffy. Here we go, counter-attacks on. Douglas, Mikason. Is he going to put the ball down the line to himself? He's going to keep going. Cadamarchi misses it. Oh! He's caught Loki's journey now, of course. He's in a club called Pure Joy. Has he? Oh, outstanding. I love Loki Doki. I think he's brilliant. Like, he's genuinely class. He does a good journeyman as well. He knows how to do a journeyman. Right, we haven't got anything just yet. Still 0-0. Oh, we've lost focus apparently by me saying that we've done quite well there. So that's not. Should Tony move clubs? Is the next poll suggestion? Possibly. I think if we win, then yes, we will do. Obviously, if we don't, then there's really something difficult in it. You know what I mean? There's a big decision to make because if we can't win trophies with Linfield, then I suppose it's a kind of win-win situation, isn't it? We're probably leaving at the end of the season regardless. You know, if we win stuff, we're leaving with trophies and going, right, okay, now let's see where the title goes, let's see where the story goes. If we don't win, then we'll be forced out of Northern Ireland pretty quickly. Because I don't think anyone will trust us at this point. Let's go attacking as well, actually. Free kick to Glentoran. Floored in, not away though, which is good. Just wide. Duffy's not playing great. When we bring Scannell on, I'll tell you what, Palmer's not having a particularly nice time. And there's Douglas actually. Bring Kinsella on actually. Even JM Thoughts, how are you, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I trust you well. It's always nice to have you in. It's a pleasure to see you, sir. We're flying, mate, at this point. I don't know if you've seen it. Currently top of the table. Games in hand. 4 points clear. We're not taking our chances here, though, sadly. So that's a little bit worrying. I think they're sort of sitting a bit deeper, I think. So we don't seem to have any space in behind the defenders. That's what I'm thinking now, isn't it? So if I pull that back a smidge, try and pull them out. Maybe work the ball in the box, I'm not sure. Yeah, because they seem to be like sort of ready for when the ball goes over the top, that there's no space in behind. 2 days in and need another week off, mate. It's brutal out there, isn't it? It really is brutal. So that's the sort of ball that we need to be playing. And they've played it, and they take the lead. Ooh. Now we've got problems. Right, okay. It's Power who just stands there and watches. No, this is in the league rule, so this won't necessarily ruin the bet straight away. But it's still not good, though, is it? We'd still be 4 points clear, but we wouldn't have that game in hand. So that again would be a bit of an issue. Ekerson, Calamartri's not going to get there. Evans pulls it back in. Oh! You know what? I think it's time. I think it's time for Hughes. Right, Hughes is going to have to come in. And I know that this is the wrong time to be moving that around, but that's probably the best way of doing it, I think. Try that. Yeah. Floor crosses in. Reckoning 2 or 3 trophies. That sounds about right. I could take 2 or 3 trophies. That's pretty good. Boys, over the top. Hughes is through. Miscontrols it. Evans. Pulls in. There we go. Meekerson somehow scores. I think Hewden's definitely in there making enough of a nuisance of himself. That's what we want, isn't it? Meekerson gets it in. Somehow scores is definitely good enough for me, to be honest. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's a weird one, isn't it? Like, do we leave once we've won? If we win everything, there's nothing for us to do. We can't really go back down. Like, you can put a poll up, Lewis, yeah, if you want. But I think realistically, we're probably leaving anyway, because there's going to be that issue, isn't it? Of when we win things, we win things. Like, after that, like, do we stay for? We don't want to go back to the 3rd division, do we? Although the Banbridge job did come up again, actually, so there is that. I think maybe we'll come back to Banbridge later in the save. That's what I think. How do I do a poll? Well, yeah, Ruggie will sort it out in a second. He's just doing this Barcelona thing at the minute. Yeah, he'll sort it out for you. 1-1. Respect the point. We now have a respect the point vote as well, because I think we need that sort of one. think we'll have one poll running at a time. There we go. Right, new one's up there. So are we moving clubs? Yes, but only to Banbridge. Yes, but only in Scotland. Yes, but only in Wales. Now Winfield Ultras forever. There's definitely some questions, because then now it's like, do we make a Build a Nation Island? No, we're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that, because I think the issue that we've got really is that we can't stay in Northern Ireland beyond Linfield. So whatever we win is whatever we win, right? Theoretically, we need. What do you reckon is better? Is it better to have the trophies in the bag or the league in the bag? And that might sound like a really daft question. You're going back to second tier Northern Ireland after winning the league? No, I don't think so. I think we have to go to somewhere else. I think we have to look at probably Scotland or Wales. England, I know, is the obvious answer, and it'll be like, right, go there. But we need to get the quote-unquote uninteresting, difficult leagues out the way now, because at the end of the save, when we're scrapping for trying to get the trophy count up, do we want, like, what would happen? Like, we could theoretically take a job in National League North or South in England, work our way up and win everything in England with that one team. Right, we could theoretically do that. We can't do that in Northern Ireland because of how the cup structure works. We could theoretically do that in Wales. We could theoretically do that in Scotland. Personally, I think we go to either Wales or Scotland next, because I think those jobs are going to be really unappealing. This is going to sound really horrible, but they're going to be really unappealing once we've got a decent reputation up. Like, Barton's already saying there that my reputation is possibly even too high to go to Wales now. Like, that's worrying, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's worrying. Like, so the question that is being asked, Owen, is that are we moving at the end of the season rather than are we moving clubs now? So we're going to go once we finish the season, because theoretically we think we're going to win something. Like, we should win something with Linfield. You know what I mean? Cups are better, but there's the look of the draw, while leagues you can build a strong rep and almost guarantee a league title. Exactly. So like where we had when we won the title with Banbridge, it felt better because somehow we got that team a trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, isn't it? Evening Car X, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Hope life is treating you good. Like, that was a big thing to get a trophy with Banbridge. That was huge. Whereas, as we see here with Linfield, it's kind of like, well, the league should theoretically be a given, you know? Or at least we should sort of be in with a fighting chance. I'm very well, thank you, Carl. Despite that cough there would suggest I'm not fine, I am actually fine. I'm in a pretty good spot, thank you. Hope all is well. Looking forward to seeing you on seeing how you get on with the FM playoffs this week as well. So very excited to see that. Should be good. That way you're guaranteed to get relegated teams down. So I think I've missed a comment there, haven't I? Barn, promise go to Wales, good rep, and likely go down. You'll struggle to get it back up. Surely your best bet is get high as quick as possible, and then you can take any job anywhere. Yeah, exactly. That probably makes more sense, to be honest. But unfortunately, that then does also mean go to England. I mean, the thing as well is that the Northern Irish Premiership is currently ranked about 67th, 69th, maybe, league in Europe. So again, we don't want to go to a league that's ranked 115th or something, or 130th. We'll take a drop anyway, even with the National League North and South. We'll take a drop with the Scottish Championship, probably. Would we go all the way down to Scottish League 2 with our rep up here? Scotland says, what is Mabek? Could be the option. I think it would be a good option. But I think we need a good team in Scotland, an interesting team in Scotland. You know, because it's going to be a challenge. There's going to be some stuff in there that's going to be fun. There's going to be like some semi-pro teams and some amateur teams. There's going to be a couple of pro teams. Ooh. You know, there's going to be one team that if we get it and we do it right, we can sort of like jump up the leagues. Obviously, when it gets to the main cups, then we have to go to, you know, to Celtic or Aberdeen would be an absolute redemption story. I'd like Aberdeen for the redemption story. I'm all for that. To be honest, watching Darren Ferguson go back to Peterborough today as well, I've already got me hankering for going back to Posh when we get in England. But let's face it, we all know that the save in England ends with Sunderland as the Premier League champions. That's how the save has to finish. Actually, it won't, because then we'll have to come back down and do the Irish third division. Kilmarnock would be nice. St Mirren would be lovely. I'd like that. Stenhousemuir would be fun. You want a Premier League team that's been relegated? Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'd like to go to, like, if we go to League 2, I'd be alright with Berwick, you know. I'd be alright with Berwick. They're pretty good. Scotland seems to be just behind. Yes, we will leave. Oh, hang on. We've switched off for a second. Oh. Berwick don't count their English. Are we going to have that question? It's true, innit? Evans! Okay, fair enough. Well, right, they're out then, in the same way that obviously we've already said that Wrexham are out. Winfield and Barton. What happens there about Swansea and Cardiff, though? What are we doing with them two? Get everything away until someone has sat their manager, then we'll win them the Premier League. Yes, exactly. Exactly, that's the thing. End it with Sunderland, that'd be beautiful. There's your redemption story at the end, isn't it? And beat Arsenal. Oh, Callum March off the crossbar. That would have been a beautiful goal. That was like exceptional counter-attacking. So there's only Larne aren't ahead. So we are currently still 4 points ahead of Larne in the title. Dromore Glenavon, Dirge are leading against Crusaders. The thing as well is, like, we probably can't even start to get picky until the end of the season and try and work out where we end up. You know what I mean? So I want to take a sort of a bit of a look at, right, who's available, what's interesting. Interesting if someone are getting relegated to League 2 in 50 years' time. No, I mean that would be incredible, taking them from there and going, right, fuck it, we're doing it the hard way. Build me that statue outside the Stadium of Light. Larne are losing. Okay, well, let's keep everything we need to think about as part of the consideration. Well played. Keeper came out there just a little bit. I was like, oh, has he got enough? Great ball through. Mikason, just finish it off. Excellent finish. 2-0. Cadamartry turning supplier this time. Look at that. Dances through three players. Mikason's away. There's also a thing as well. Hear me out with this one, right? There's also a thing as well where do we now look at moving to a team where we can take some of these players? Do you know what I mean? Like, so players like Cadamartry, I know he's on loan. So, you know, who would Cadamartry go to? Who would Mikason go to? Duffy! Who would Evans go to? Owen O'Brien. You know, these are like handy little players. We're starting to build up a reasonable squad here. Like, these are players that could play in League One, Championship, probably lower end of the Championship, I'd say, but League One standards. So definitely Scottish League One, Scottish Championship, I'd say. I think we'd struggle to get these players across to the SPFL, the Scottish Premiership. Sometimes probably for the finances more than anything. Like, could you imagine Owen O'Brien playing at St Mirren? What stat is related to clearing the ball? In what sense? Have a winger who can't clear for shit? I mean, what's your mentality? What's your attacking mentality on? Because sometimes, like, if you're playing on defensive or if you're playing on cautious, then they're going to hold the ball until there's like a decent option, really. Whereas if it's on attacking or positive, then they will just punt the ball early doors because they're trying to get the ball clear. Or if you've got play out from the back on as well, then you don't obviously, you know, then they're going to take shorter passes to clear the ball out. Positively shoots like 1/3 of the channel of the distance of everyone else. Maybe change his individual instruction to take more risks or shoot more, be more expressive. Or maybe he's just not very good at it, so he doesn't have the confidence or the foresight to shoot. Or maybe he doesn't think that the angle he's taking is worth a shot. Or find his ways until he learns to do what you want. Yeah, or just sell him. Sell him for being stupid. He clearly doesn't understand the instruction, you know? Just go, right, you clearly don't know what you're doing. Have you got work in the box? Yeah, try his crossing early on. There'll be loads of things. Oh, Boys is out for 2 months. That's a huge blow. Oh dear. Joachim Low is the manager of Wales, everybody. Just remember that, okay? That's a worry, mind. Losing Boys. When it comes back to the club socials, coming with the boys is back in town. Yes, they can. They absolutely can. And if they don't, then they should be fired for not doing that. And actually get Thin Lizzy. Yes, actually get in there going, yeah, come on, yeah, of course they're going to play there. Why would they not? And of course it's before the Coleraine game as well. Of course it would be. It's okay. We'll be fine. We can just, get this working. $2 months. Our next 2 fixtures, a cup semi-final and away to second in the league, and we lose our first choice left back. Unbelievable. Hoy and Hall has agreed a new contract, so move up to the senior squad there, buddy. Johnny Madhead. Barcelona Intercity bus travel game seems to be a scorcher. What's happening there then, Rogie? Like, obviously I'm not keeping up to date with what's happening here, but is it some sort of like, is it an actual cup competition, is it, or just won 13-0 in FA Cup qualifying game? Striker had 7 goals. Nice, Lewis. Now we're talking. Draw for the first round of the Cup is made, and we face Glentoran in the first round of the Northern Irish Cup. Okay, that's an easy one to get out of the way first, isn't it? I guess if we get rid of them, then the big teams out, innit? Am I right in thinking that Douglas can play left back? He can play everywhere else. No, apparently not. Warry's out for 4 weeks, so he can't play left back. Kevin McCarthy, he's 6'3". Could he fill in at centre half? Do you reckon? Ian Big Ashy, how are you, buddy? I mean, he's all the way down the bottom, isn't he? Happy New Year indeed. Happy New Year indeed. Hope you're well, man. Nice to have you in. Boys is out injured. This is... I am upset. I am upset that he's injured at the time he is. Shitting yourself that you might win the Carabao Cup. I mean, Carabao Cup is nowhere near as good as the Pizza Cup. Everyone knows that. That's the best. That's the best cup to win. Like, you know. Definitely the best cup to win. I mean, Power could play left back, but he is more of a centre back, isn't he? Muro Decane, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Hope you're well. Pleasure to have you in. I mean, do we try Kellen Reid? He's only got 8 for acceleration. I think we go with what's better, don't we? Wolves and Villas 1-1. Interesting. Henderson. Oh, there you go. Henderson can play at left back, right? That'll do. Stick him in there. And then we want Hoy and Hal on the bench, and then we want... We've just put we want him there as well. Even Scouts Jimmy, how are you, man? Welcome in. Oh, you have missed some things, Scouts Jimmy. You have missed some things. We are definitely getting moving with Linfield. Semi-finals, second semi-final that we've played in. Your man looks like a proper angry fella. He is a bit. He's pissed off that he's not playing, and he's kind of got a chance to play today. But I'm also not going to play him because I'm going to try out a left back instead. Try out a new left back, see what happens there, and go with it. So, as you can see, we've got 4 wins out of our last 5. Coleraine, they've also got 4 wins out of the last 5. You know, it's a bit pissed off with Everton in a minute. I mean, okay, here's the question then, Jimmy. Here's the question. What would you do with Everton? What's the plan? Do you back Lampard? Do you move him on? Like, is it a complete... Like, is this season a write-off? Like, are you going to go down, do you reckon? Is there a way of just sort of like getting to the end of the season, getting the new stadium, and then going like, right, see what we can do from there? Look at the youth system. Is there anybody in who you can sort of like bring through? I mean, obviously you've brought Ella Sims back. You've got Broadhead, you know, who again there's been talk of going back to Sunderland. You know, to try and cash in on like Calvert-Lewin and things like that. 1-0 for Duffy. Is it a rebuild job in the summer and just go, right, we'll give Lampard the time to do it? Or is he just not the right guy? Like, is he just not the right guy? Is he not cut out for it? Has he given up? Does he not want the job anymore? Does he not want to fight for it? Lewis is saying, sack Lampard, get Pochettino in. Rolly's saying, seeing that talks that Miroslav Orzic from Dinamo might be on his way. I mean, that's a move right there, isn't it? Once you start looking at names like that and they become possibilities, then all of a sudden Lampard just doesn't really seem as attractive an option, does he? Why spend money on a 30-year-old? In what sense, sorry, at 15, where we at? On the actual, oh, Duffy. Oh, for Orsic, sorry. Yeah. Even Trek, buddy, how are you, man? Welcome in. I mean, the thing is, right, that you're looking at Everton's transfer policy, it's all over the place regardless, isn't it? What they need to do is they need to not spend £30 million on Alex Iwobi, is what they need to do. They need to not spend money on players like Theo Walcott, not spend money on players like Dele Alli. They just need to work out what they want to be. Do you know what I mean? Iwobi has finally come good. I mean, this has he? I guess this shows how little I watch in the Premier League. So, what level are we classing Iwobi of good as? Sell players they don't need. Yeah, but they've also got the problem as well, Lewis, is like, who's going to buy these players? Like, who wants Theo Walcott? Who wants, James Tarkowski now? Who wants Conor Cody now? Like, they might have been fine to shift off maybe a year ago, but like, who's going to buy them, and who's going to buy them for good money as well? Yeah, life's good. Walcott's at Southampton. Why have I convinced myself he's at Everton? Had he ever gone to Everton? It just seems like something that I thought must have happened. How many seasons am I behind? Does Ruud van Nistelrooy still play at Man U? Or has he gone now? 2008 to 2021. Oh, so he did do it then. Okay, that's fine. Right. Alright, so Southampton don't want to be wasting players on Theo Walcott, right? Southampton need to get rid of that. Get him gone. Right? What's all this talk about Lampard? Isn't Koeman the manager still? Right, stick Leighton Baines on penalties. Give the ball to Tim Cahill. And I don't understand why they're not playing Duncan Ferguson anymore, really. He just seems the obvious choice. No wonder Lampard's getting sacked, fucking idiot. He's not playing Duncan Ferguson and Paul Rideout, then there's no hope for him. Finlayson makes it 2-1. Missed the trick, never getting the job with Big Sam. I think I know everyone's going to sort of say, Dyche isn't the one, but he was linked before, wasn't he? He was linked before. Give the ball to Tim Howard. Exactly, geezer. Let the man distribute it, Jagielka's going to be in there as well. Danny Cadamartri up front, causing havoc. If he can't, fine, right? Abel Javier is potentially a bit of a concern at centre back, right? But you've already bought players from Liverpool before. You don't have to do it anymore. Is it right to sack Lampard now? It's not, because we're going to start again with a new manager. The problem is, Jimmy, is that my opinion would be that if you're going to sack Lampard, you kind of should have done it before the World Cup. So at least you then had the World Cup when there was no games to get your new manager in, get him training the players, getting used to the players, and then having a plan to talk about any potential recruitment, whether there's any money, whether it's loans, whether it's frees, whether it's looking at the youth system or whatever. And you can then start to put that plan going forward. The position you're in now is you're 4 days into a transfer window. You've missed all that time. So getting rid of a manager now means, unless you know the manager that you want to have in and you can have them in tomorrow, then you've then got that recruitment process to undertake, which is going to take time. If that manager's at a club, you've then got to try and negotiate their exit, so that's going to take time. Then you've got to take the time of them coming to the club and getting to meet everybody, and then thinking, right, who am I going to replace? Then what do I want? Bringing their staff in. By that time, the transfer window's closed, and you're no better off than if you're stuck with Lampard. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a difficult balancing act, because you don't want to sort of jump straight away and go, oh, this is definitely going to be it. But at the same time, you want to sort of be able to think ahead a little bit and go, right, what's the sensible option here? Like, who are we looking at? Is Lampard the guy? If he is, back him, which I guess you've done during the summer transfer window with money for signings. And if he's not the guy, then who next? Lampard plays centre midfield for Everton. So yeah. He left Chelsea. He plays alongside what's he called? Decor, Olivier Decor. He's still there, isn't he? I think he replaced Gascoigne. Players who have been in the squad for a long time, so half the clubs away, changed around every couple of seasons. We didn't have the money before the money came. We blew it so fast we didn't do what Newcastle did, so the problems with the players, staff. Damn. You know what? That's the thing, like, you can have the money, you need to spend it right, spend it wisely. Like, there are some players in there that you probably shake your head at and be like, why have we bought these guys? Like, why have we got this player on the pitch, in the squad, in the dressing room? Like, it's just the wrong person. But, you know, what do you do? How do you move that on? Like, you know, it's tricky, isn't it? Everton now in bottom 3, but only because 2 points behind 13th. Okay, so there is, so essentially like a couple of wins could turn things around. Problem is lacking with the board, with the staff. Okay. Sell JP. Loved when we sold Everton. It will be for Everton for 40 minutes. See, we were talking about that, Dan. We were talking about that. And evening, welcome in, by the way. I joked on. I thought that Iwobi was a waste of money as well, but then Rogi's been telling me that apparently he's decent. So I don't know. So we're in another final. More importantly, we're in another final. So that's interesting. It's 2 finals in this save. We won't sell Iwobi. No, he's there for life. Give that man a long-term contract. Put cement in his boots. He's there. Yeah, we aren't getting Mark Dawson, sadly, are we? Craig Bryars has left. Love to see Southampton get relegated, would you? It's a bit of a weird one. I've got no beef with Southampton. Might be on FM, but in real life. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Out of the teams that are in the Premier League, like, I wouldn't mind Fulham going again, just because there's no real point. Rogi, was it me and you that were talking a few weeks ago about the idea that clubs like Fulham and Norwich and that, and going, if you become a yo-yo club, you shouldn't be allowed back in. Like, if you get relegated 3 times in 10 years or something, just like, nah, you're not allowed in. Like, you know, like, you've done, you know. Point a Luton manager, they should expect to go down. Well, I mean, bold statement, Trek. Bold statement. Because again, like, you know, that Luton manager might be the guy, but you're right, it's a bold strategy, isn't it? It's a bold strategy. It very rarely comes off. Very rarely. But then there's also like loads of examples of big managers going into the lower leagues to try and just hike teams back up again, and it doesn't quite work. I mean, I guess Parkinson at Wrexham almost didn't work out, didn't it? And you'd have said on paper, that's an absolute gimme. Right, so we do still have a bit of lack at right back. Parkinson isn't a good manager. He's not. Well, he is and he isn't. But it's like, for that division, it was a big get. Do you know what I mean? It's a big get, and you've got that to consider. You know, Tony Jameson will go to lower leagues after his peak. Damn right I will, Zar. I'll go to lower, but the thing is, my peak will still very much be the lower leagues. So I don't really think that people will be like, is he on the way down? I don't think he ever went up. You know, they say you only manage to win the Pizza Cup once in your lifetime. I beg to differ. I will manage it several times. Parkinson was good for Bradford. Yeah. Wrexham picked Parkinson over Mark Hughes. That's an interesting one. What would have happened had Mark Hughes gone to Wrexham? It's an interesting one to ponder, isn't it? If you yo-yo between the leagues, you shouldn't be allowed in, says Dan. We've got an agreement. Rogie already, big thumbs up, of course. This has been my stance for ages now. Make football exciting by binning off useless yo-yo losers. Yeah, you should have to put forward like a case as well for like why they should let you back in. She'd be like, oh, well, you know, like, really sorry on that, but we've obviously done some bits and bobs, but Llama, 8 months in with a sub, appreciate you, Llama. Linfield till we move. I love that. Brilliant. Appreciate you, man. I don't even know why I'm looking at like a recruitment focus, because we're not really staying, to be honest. It's just we need to just get the season finished. Problem with your teams is the parachute payments. Exactly, so it's like cheating, isn't it? You know, Fulham, turn up, spend 100 million quid, get relegated, come back up, spend 100 million quid, get relegated. It's not fair. You know, take that 100 million pound off them and then see if they're that bothered about getting relegated again. Like, all right, look, you know, you get relegated, no extra money. What do you think about that? Then they'll fucking book their ideas up. Then they'll not get relegated again. I can tell you that. They'll start playing out their skin. You'll see Fulham challenging for the Europa spots from day one, being like, right, we don't get 100 million quid. Fuck it, we're going to actually try and win. Last season didn't pay a fee for Harry Wilson until they were promoted. Yeah. Is that a thing, was it? But yeah, just bin off shit teams. There should be a thing as well, like have like a wheel. Here's how we'd make the Premier League more interesting. In fact, football in general more interesting, right? Every season, you've done your promotions, you've done your relegations, right? You've had your teams have been binned out, okay? So you might end up one season with a fourth team gone, okay? Once that's all settled, you spin a wheel. Oh, spin a wheel, and just some random team gets like a promotion and a relegation as well. So you're sitting there, you know, Liverpool might be sat going, oh, this is brilliant, you know, here we are, second in the league, spins it, like, oh shit, we've been relegated and we've been replaced with Blackburn. Well, that was weird. And that happens. There you go. That's how they should do it. That's how I would do it. That's why I'm not in charge. Part of the reason I'm not in charge. Yeah, but that's what I think would be the best way of doing it, is to have those sorts of things happening and going, right, you know what, let's suggest that going forward. What do you reckon? Should we take that to the council to discuss? I don't mean like the local council, obviously. So, hello, I'm here for my council meeting. Could we discuss the possibilities of maybe having like a spinny wheel and that with the promotions and stuff? Motion adjourned. Like, not that sort of council thing. Like you know, the council, COUNSEL, possibly. I don't know. There's a reason I'm not allowed many ideas. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you spell council, Dan. Like, as in like the local council, like the county council, but like the council, like, so you got like the consul, possibly, if you want to pronounce it like that. But there's also that way of spelling it. Barn, I've just signed a 47-year-old Jamie Cureton on my save, and the bus company have taken extra time. Here we go. There's the man. There's a man who knows spellings. Hello, Rich Owens, you wonderful academic man, you. Welcome in. Rubes the Goats, come on in to see. Welcome in. There's a great first time message right there, isn't it? You joined at the moment. We're about to play Larne, who are second in the league. Linfield, our team, are top of the league. Winfield, we're calling them these days. A15, have you got a blazer and tie to gain entry to any of these kind of council meetings, Tony? No, I have not. I have a pitchfork and an angry mob. And I do not have an invite. I have an invite that I've written myself on a napkin in blood. So, can I come in? Yes, you may. Please don't sit down. Please don't scare anybody. I can English. There you go. How's life, Rich? Hope you're well. Good to see the FMT's on its way back, by the way, as well. Not that it ever went away, but like, they allowed you a Christmas period off. So if you haven't followed Football Manager Therapy, make sure you do so, by the way. Do check it out. Obviously, Rich is there running the show, the big host. He also has Kev the United City FM. He has Jebaru as well in there. So it's a hell of a team right now. So you definitely need to make sure you follow that. Just give us what we want and we will leave quietly. Exactly. Do you validate parking? You do not? Fine. Then I'm upset. I'll just park in Tesco's, to be honest. You can get free parking for 4 hours there. Hopefully it's not a long meeting. Ball over the top. McCann, good blocking. This isn't even the weirdest start of any stream we've had, is it? This is the problem. Yeah. We all know this is not the weirdest stream. I had to nip out to decide what your next move was. We're still waiting, Barton, to be honest. We don't really know. We've been discussing potentially having an argument with the council and how to reform the football in general, including a spinny wheel. So, I'm not going to say I got slightly distracted, but I think you can sort of make that out. Oh, mate, 4 hours out of Tesco's. They've put a camera up now, though, so I think some people have been abusing that system. But this is the problem, isn't it? They're all like in industrial areas now, Tesco's, so people are going to abuse that parking facility. Canamartri, he's missed. How's that? Don't understand. Evans, Mikason with the header. Oh, there we go. Evans dives on it. Great save. Right, here comes Hugh. Held it up. O'Sullivan. Oh, that's just assaulted them off the ball there. I love the ball. The ball went past his right. Fuck him, grab him. Smack him in the back of the head. You boy. Evans floats one in. Calamartri. Back for Evans. Goes for it. All clubs should scrap everything by the name, and then everything's picked in a tombola. Stadium to staff, players, bank accounts. Imagine that. It's done like a draft. You sit there like, oh, Lincoln City will have Old Trafford as their home ground this season. Oh, what a goal by Bailey Calamartri. Offside. Ooh. So unfortunately Lincoln have to move to Old Trafford for 5 years. And that is a little bit like the MLS, Rich, yeah. Alright, so maybe they keep their own stadium then. Right. Penalty? Oh, hang on. This is not. Larne have been the only team to beat us in the league so far. They might be about to do the double on us. I mean, keeper doesn't exactly go for it, does he? He's just like, it's all you, mate. All you. Good challenge. Evening, Monkey's too cool. How are you? How's it showing up his first time chat? You've chatted in here before. This is a new account. All right. Come on, we need to do better than this. New account. There we go. Some will be suspicious of many new accounts. I'm sure it's all fine. Right, Hewden's not really Duffy's not really been doing a great deal, so let's bring the big man on. Oh, that's for your PC. Oh, okay, cool. Got you. Balls at the top. We managed to cut that one out. That's fine. A little bit concerned, although we don't really have much more options other than going harder and faster. We could bring Cooper on, but then Evans is having a great game again. He's not. He's on 6'5". He's been getting involved. I thought he was doing well. Been deceived by the highlights. Power, Calamatri, Henderson, Evans. Wins a corner. Evans floated in. Terrible corner, actually. You might get your wish here at 15 at this rate. It might do. Mikkelsen's just nudged ahead. Cancella's not playing well either. Hewden's charged it down. We'll have a look at that as well. We'll have a look at that. Nice header away from O'Brien. There we go. No, that's it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, attack. Oh no, attack. That's the one. Actually, maybe we go narrow. That might be a way to do it. Try and counter-attack it that way, because they seem as though they're getting the ball out in wide areas as well. Wilson, Hewlin. Yeah, let's go through the middle, actually. Maybe even aim the ball for Hewlin as well. I don't think this game's quite playing out the way we hoped. Larn have done us again. It's time for a penalty. They are the bogiest team. They're the bogey team at this point. Glad you enjoyed the podcast, by the way, Jim. That's very kind. We're back next week. We're recording our next episode next week, so we're very much looking forward to getting back in the saddle. Getting on it. Calamatri's not really fancying it, is he? That's also not helped, man, to be honest, that he's not been at the races. Douglas, nice interception. Mikkelsen. Cooper trying to press in. Lost it again. Lost it again. Damn it. Two defeats this season, both from Larn. That puts them top, but we've got 2 games in hand. Search for Stars fun. I even learned some stuff in the beginner's tactics stuff. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, you know? Lost after 7. I guess that's one of those things, isn't it? There's gonna be a team who just have our number, and Larn might be that team at the minute. Plus, we've had a couple of players that are obviously injured and players who are tired, but you know, it is what it is, sadly. Yeah, even the biggest tactic stuff's meant to obviously be for everybody, really, to be honest. I mean, it won't surprise you to learn, JM, I have learned several things from those games, from those discussions. Time to buy Lion's best players, not a bad shout. For example, what's Kennedy up to? Because he's had our life, hasn't he? 5 goals, 8 assists. He wants to stay until the end of the season. Okay. Sam McClelland. He looks handy, doesn't he? Where's he come from? Just from Larne. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Craig O'Kane was interesting. Kieran Evans. When I first started FM, I was confused by the game, trying to find a podcast about it. Googled Football Manager podcast and finding nothing. Eventually found the 5-star. It was just a long chat about training schedules. Yeah, I love 5-star. I think it's a great podcast. Again, it's like nice to sort of listen to, I would say, the 3 main ones, or at least certainly the 3 most out there, I suppose, really. So obviously ourselves at The Athletic, and then FMT and 5-star, all doing different stuff, covering different aspects of the game, and like doing it well, like, you know, like really sort of breaking it down, not having it too inaccessible for people, and just sort of being like, right, look, here's how we break it down, this is what we think should happen. And yeah, I just think it's great. I think it's really great that there's those sorts of things now that are available, and I think that good tools for people to learn from, you know what I mean, and sort of have those conversations where you might sort of go like, I don't really want to ask this, but all of a sudden there's then a podcast that says like, oh, here's how you do it, and you're like, that makes sense, you know, and you're in. At that point, you're in. I think maybe Evans can come off today. Defense, we need another defender brought in during the summer, the January window. I think that's what we need. Tired centre halves. Right, so where's Coleraine? They've just dropped a little bit, haven't they? Let's get another win over them. That's what we need, right? In-game tutorials for strategy games are dog turd. Literally not going to play a game like watching any content creators first. Same with Civ 6 and CK3? Or CK3? I honestly don't know, but I've got Civ 6, and that's as far as I got. Partly out of choice, because I'm like, I can't open it because I will lose myself to it. A little bit with City Skylines as well. Going like, I don't need to really go too far here, surely. Knowing that I will 100% go too far. Or Crusader Kings. Alright, cool. Yeah. I don't think, I've not come across that one. But I guess as well, the fact is as well, that if I'm sat here streaming on the evening, I don't. When am I going to find time to play these longer games? I'm making a rod for my own back here, aren't I? I'd like to find new things to play. But there's only so many hours in the day, apparently. unemployed 6 to 6. It's the most time-eroding game. Switched on at 2 p.m. It's been 2 a.m. and when I stopped, confused, tired and sad. I mean, that sounds a lot like FM, to be honest. Dreadful ball. Oh, awful giveaway. Look at this. Look at this pass here. Kinsella, what's he doing? Lazy ball. Really lazy ball. That's a ball in. Oh, penalty. That'll do. Cooper steps up. Slots it in the bottom corner. Spent ages watching YouTube videos and games that I might like. And then when I actually got them, I'm bored of them already. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Told you to leave the game on last night. You did, Barton. That's a very good point. Yes. You should never be switched off, should it? If there was words the last hours you'll be doing now, but the last 10 minutes you'll be doing shit. The amount of 10-minute games I've had previously is a lot. I know, Richie. I know. We're shaking our heads a little bit. It'll be fine, don't worry. We'll sort it out. Just one of those, isn't it? Calamari with the header. Saved. Henderson. Oh, pick that one out. That's what you want from the youngster, isn't it? You can have a bit of that. Oof. You're not stopping that with 2 goalkeepers, are you? Let's be honest. That's a clip right there. Nickerson corner. I don't know what it is. We've done well with left backs scoring goals from distance. O'Brien. Normal service has been resumed. Right, we're back round now, okay? Good header from O'Brien there. Over the top of the key. I think we need to maybe have a little look at our line because we are getting caught out a smidge. Yes, water. Good shout, Dan. As you can hear, we're starting to croak up again. Salah gives the ball away again. Hopefully this doesn't lead to a goal. Second time. You know, a team who's grab you as well, no reason why, it just clicks with them. But that's the joy in it. That's absolutely the joy of FM. And I don't know if another game has that sort of like emotional attachment. Because of obviously the way that it's designed and what it is you're doing. Like we say all the time, you're essentially just storytelling, aren't you, really, to be honest? Hello, United City FM. We're talking about magnificent creatures. We're talking about yourself there, sir. Welcome in. Everyone do yourselves a favour, drop a follow on the United City FM if you don't already do so. Hello, Bramflake. Appreciate your follow as well. That's very kind. Thank you very much indeed. Have we won a trophy today? Not today. Okay, we're getting there. We're in 2 finals now. We're still within touch and distance of the top of the league now because we've got 2 games in hand. So we've actually drawn a game for the first time this season and lost our second league game of the season. Both those games lost to Larne. Dreadful marker there, to be honest. So at the minute, 3-2 up against Coleraine. We should be doing better. We've given 1 goal away, which is quite silly, which, you know, fair enough, it happens. Second goal there, you've just seen conceded by a corner. But overall, we're playing all right. Our centre-backs are knackered and we don't really have much quality to bring off the bench. So we're sort of like hoping for the best a little bit. That we can just about get by and maybe sort of not concede more goals, essentially. So we'll see. We'll see how we get on. As you can see, though, in terms of the league right now, the fact we're 3-2 up puts us back to the top of the table and 2 points clear with a game in hand. So we are in a decent spot. How's the road to home from Ukraine? Are we any further on? Also, very much looking forward to seeing you for the playoffs this weekend. Karamatri somehow misses. No idea how that's happened. Feels like the first time we've seen that. And he's missed a couple this stream though, but he's been prolific. He was on fire yesterday. What a ball that is. Mikelson's away. Gets his head up. Oh, finds his way, Duffy. Feels like a soft goal, that one, but we'll take it. We'll definitely take that. Yeah, 4-2. I would say this score's starting to flatter us. I mean, starting's not even a thing. Like, it absolutely flatters us. Let's bring Scannell off as well, actually. Make a couple of changes there. Hendo, who's just scored an absolute belter, by the way, in this match. Young left backs, come on. Played a couple of games now, I think. Scores an absolute rocket. Got the keys through. Oh, he's at the post. Unbelievable. You know, I say, I'm lucky guys. Spend many hours with your good self during the playoffs for the next few days. Homeward bound, started up again. Does Shakhtar remain a problem? Oh dear. Oh dear. So it's Romania next, isn't it? If you can't get... Is it this season you've got to win the title, I believe, isn't it? That's right. And then next season, if you don't win the title, it's off to Romania. You go. So, okay. Might be like this one. It might be a long, tricky challenge. But we're hoping with this one, Kev, we've still got 4 potential trophies to win this season. That'll definitely go somewhere towards ticking off a few things on the old British Steel. So, well, we've won 3 out of 33 so far. So, if we can tick 4 off, that knocks us up to 7, and all of a sudden we're looking reasonable. You know, that's like nearly what? That's nearly 20%, is it? 3 is 3%, so 3 is 10%. Sorry, so no 1%. I don't know. I don't really deal with percentages. Something in the news about going back to school, learning maths. Not sure. If I don't win the league this season, I have to win it before moving on. But the problem is, it's off to Romania instead of Poland. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Yeah. Poland, of course, would be a much probably better choice. Romania would be fun though. You know, you've got some good options in Romania, but yeah, Poland's definitely the preferred option because you've got some better quality teams and you've got some players like, you know, you've got a lot of players from Germany, of course, will come and join Polish teams, I'm presuming. That's a decent enough win. 4-2 will do. We'll get that one ticked off. Yes, Lewis, more hydration, absolutely. In the last 20 minutes, you've not really missed a great deal, to be honest. We've won another game in the league. We lost to Larn again, if you saw that. Lost to them. So, Larn appear to have our number. Only team to beat us this season in the league. Have a look at this, Kev. Right, you'll appreciate this as a man of great. Look at it. Look at all this green. Look at these. These don't seem to be like. This isn't the colour that we normally associate ourselves with. All that green, right? And we're into the bit where it like is the second half of the season now, as well. So this is ridiculous. So we've got Bangham, we've got Dirge, we've got Glenavon, we've got Glentoran. Then we get to the transfer window where we can maybe even secure more green. Who knows? Who knows? We face Crusaders or Glenavon in the final of the Bet McLean Cup. Was that? Yeah, Bet McLean Cup final is Crusaders or Glentoran. Sorry, Glentoran in the Antrim Shield final and Glentoran in the Northern Irish First Cup. So we're going to get very familiar with our pals over at Glentoran over the next few weeks and months. But we've already decided, of course, Kev, as well, and everyone else in the chat, by the way, not just Kev, everyone else, that really, come the end of this season, we're going to have to move on, really, aren't we? We have to move on because this is as good as it's going to get in Northern Ireland. We're at the top of the tree in terms of who we can manage. And after that, we're going to have to start moving to a different country. And I think between us, we've sort of presumed that maybe Scotland might be the next option. Wales would be fun, but also horrific and mad and probably a really bad idea. It would probably shoot our reputation somewhat. So there you go. So there's the Northern Irish Premiership is 61st in terms of the rankings in Europe. So it's 61 there. Okay. If we find Scotland and we find Wales, so League One, for example, is 40. Okay. So 41. Sorry. So the Scottish Championship is 54th. So that would be a step up. Scottish Championship. League Two would be a little step down, not a massive step down. Cymru Premier would be 86th. That is a bit of a step down. National League is 97th. League One in Scotland is 99th. Where are we going? There's like a long way down now, innit? For League Two, they're 131st in Scotland. So your Elgins, your East Fifes, your Annans, your Bonnyrigg Roses, Stenhousemuir, Peterhead, Montrose, Brora. I mean, when you look at it that way, it's sort of like, oh, how much fun are we going to have? You know, FC Edinburgh, Clyde, Dumbarton, Stirling, Hamilton Accies, the old Hamilton Accies, of course, Queen of the South, Dunfermline, Queen's Park, Alloa, Kelty Hearts up into the Championship, Morton, Inverness, Cali, Partick, Killy, obviously there as well. And then you get into your top division, your Premiership. So there's some options, isn't there? Some things, and like even like in terms of jobs that are coming up, there's nothing that we're looking at right now where we're sort of going like, oh, this would be great, you know, let's get that locked in now. We've not even really looked, to be honest, to go like, look, let's get that locked in for the start of next season. Kaiserslautern, we can take the save out off Road Rogie, me and you. In fact, let's put that filter back on with just the nations that we want. Let's keep going. That. I think that should be about right, is it? I think so. Yeah. A Panda Britain, die rotten Tufel forever. Yeah, 100%. I mean, this is what we've currently got available to us right now, is Burnley, Bristol City, Oxford, Shrewsbury, Farsley, Gloucester, Hibs maybe, St Johnstone, Birmingham maybe, Colchester maybe, Accrington, Galway, Bangor. I mean, still here in it, really, that's the problem. Only Tony will set a target to win every trophy possible and then move to Germany halfway through. Yeah. Sometimes, Kev, you just have to accept that what you've set as a target is not achievable, and you have to kind of go, you know what else would be fun is doing this, right? And hope that everyone else goes along with it. Birmingham maybe is music to my ears. It could be. We could all be unhappy together, Llama. Although, would you ever wish me upon the Birmingham City fans? Really? Be dreadful, wouldn't it? Here he comes with his bad football. Oxford gave you an interview. Yes, they did. They did, actually. Not a bad idea to ever go off course in order to keep jobs, in order for jobs to creep up. Yeah. We can occasionally just pop our little head in and be like, oh, what's going on here? Because if we can get something to agree for next season, then that's handy. But there's obviously a thing where it's like, what if they don't offer us it for next season? Again, not the end of the world, obviously. I think we've got another 25 days where we can start looking for jobs here. Not that we are looking, of course. Just want to kind of like keep this one ticking over. Just want to get my hands on a trophy. That's what I want. You know? I don't want to keep moving clubs. I don't want to be like, oh, weren't you at such and such last week? Like, I don't want that. I want to build something, but we can't. We can't build. And yes, of course, you're right, Kev. Yourself and Lama on the panel this weekend. Oh, beautiful stuff. And H2 as well. What a panel. What a panel as far as the FM playoffs. If you're not following the playoffs, by the way, you should be, because I don't know why you wouldn't be, to be honest. Is it the FM playoffs? I think it might be. No, it's FM playoffs. Yeah, make sure you get that followed. Thursday night, tomorrow night, is the draft. Friday night, draft and crafts. Nothing on Saturday. Sunday, the main show. The main show. Myself hosted. United City, FM Lama, and the official H2. All having a great time. Callum Archery somehow manages to get another block on there as well. Absolute stat panel. Loving it. Loving it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Callum Archery heads over the top. Mikason floats it through. All the way. I'm not happy about H2 being on the panel. Oh, Cammy Palmer. He's just a little bit too attractive, isn't he, Lama? And you were the eye candy. We brought H2 in now, and it's like, if anything, it takes a little bit away from you. I understand that. I understand. Also, by the way, if you're not following the manager's seat on YouTube, you really should be, because, as we said yesterday, there's going to be a network save. It's going to be a network save, which is going to be pretty cool to watch. So you definitely get yourselves involved with that and have a little watch. So let's, as we didn't shout out earlier, Callum Archery gets himself another goal. We'll do a big sneeze now, so give me 2 seconds. So much hair, so much charisma, too good looking, a nice guy. You can't even dislike him, makes me sick. Awful, isn't it? Awful. I was hoping he'd be like an absolute prick, but he's not. As you say, he's got everything else going for him. So we have to rely on Kev being a horrible person. And at some point, Kev will be a meanie. He will be. It's our mission over the weekend to get Kev to say something unnecessarily mean. And to be fair, it'll be like, oh, you've picked the wrong defensive midfielder. He's more of a ball-winning midfielder. Only problem with H2 is his streams at 3 AM. Yeah, he's based in Canada, obviously, so it's a bit of it can be a tricky one getting to watch him live. But if you do have the opportunity to catch him live, do definitely do it. Or check his VODs, because his VODs are always going to stay on as well, so you can catch up with his stream. Obviously, you can't then interact with the chat, but you can certainly tell him that you give him some love and have a watch of it, and then say, look, I enjoyed that. I'm here for a new year, new me. A bunch of poo heads. I mean, Kev, you have to get a mod on there to potentially look at that, because that is almost hate speech. Let me just put it there. So just give you one warning. One. That's only because I riled you up. I understand that, right? I'll let it go, but Kinsella. Duffy's made the run off the shoulder. He goes down. It's a penalty. 21 minutes in. We're potentially about to go 4-0 up here. Cooper makes it 4. Right on the beat of the music as well. Well played, Joe Cooper. Very classy. Got a few strings when he doesn't know for UK friendly time. Yeah, I just love him. I just think he's great. Like, proper chilled out. As Lama says, really articulate, charismatic. Good setup. His streams are always interesting. Like, he does a good save. He doesn't like sort of lord it over as to what he knows or what he doesn't know. It's very much an everyone welcome stream. And yeah, he's just class. He's really, really lovely dude. And very privileged to have got to know him a bit better over the last, 6-7 months. Like Lama and Kev as well. Like, we've known for probably a little bit longer. But again, just nice to sort of get to work with him a bit more regularly and sort of know more beyond the moniker. Talk to these people as, dare I say it, friends, rather than work-based associates. Internet colleagues. Oh dear. Oh. This is ridiculous. I feel for Banger at this point. What's he playing at? Oh dear. Wow. That needs clip, by the way. This is the sort of clip that makes me sort of go like, oh, maybe centre backs are broken, you know. Because I am still very much in my own in my thing of going, I think I'm the only person that enjoys FM23. Don't feel bad for Banger, this was you last season. Yeah, but the Banger manager's now going to get my job when I leave. Did we feel sorry for us last season? I don't think we did we? No, we didn't. No, we laughed. That's right. Yeah, we laughed at our own ineptitude. And Tony says we make excuses as to why FM is broken. Yeah. I haven't seen it myself personally. And here's like this header. Oh, okay, that might be it. Yeah. It's another penalty. Oh dear. Lord Molyneux, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Cooper makes it 6. Exactly, put 3 more past him and he'll be at Madrid. Do him a favour. Could you imagine that? Leaves bottom of the Danske Bank Premiership for the Burnabout. You've just lost 6-0 to Linfield. Do you reckon you fancy a job at Real Madrid? Create the Galactic Onos. I'd quit the game if this happened. Oh, Calamatri. Oh, we've all been there before, Rude. This is just one of those things. You know, even Dave Goodger, how are you, sir? Welcome, pal. He's joining us as we're... I'm not allowed to feel sorry for Banger, but we're smashing them 6-0 at the minute. It was 4-0 after about 30 minutes. They've conceded 2 penalties. They've scored an absolutely wild own goal. Once had an effort from distance there. Could probably bring off O'Brien. Henderson gets his foot in. Are they a bit too loud? Are they? Okay, we'll change that around, Kev. I think what's happened there is because the when we maybe started the stream originally, we were managing in a stadium that had no fans, so we've potentially been caught out a little bit by jumping to a stadium that has fans in. So let me know if that's better. I've just adjusted it there, so hopefully that's more to your pleasing. Let me know, is that a bit better, or is it still a bit... I think I'm maybe a tiny bit quieter myself actually tonight, but let me know what you think, everyone. Damn the success of bringing more fans in. I know, it's just draining, isn't it? It's just draining. It's like, ugh. The leeches, parasites, they weren't here when we were unsuccessful. Why are they here now? What do they want from me? You know, someone tell me, what do these people want? Where were you when I was shit? Where were you when I was shit? (6-0). It's fine. That's all right, isn't it? That'll help the goal difference as well, that we definitely don't need because we've been putting lots of goals past everybody. Goal difference is now up to plus 32, and Larne and Cliftonville are on plus 12. And here he is now, GOT. Nice, appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, you can probably have got a tiny bit of a few sniffles on the go as well, but yeah, apologies if the game sounds were a little bit louder. Sounds about that. So we'll start the stream again, right? Okay, I'm going to go right back to the beginning. Everything's going to be fine. Bangor deserved to win. I think so. They got FM'd a little bit, didn't they? They properly got FM'd. I do feel sad. I shouldn't feel sad. They have more wins than Dungannon had at this time of last season, so do you know what I mean? So it's all fine. Good game to have as the last one. Hoping the rest of the stream is a good one. Good and Raggio now on pole duty. Appreciate you, Rogie, as always. Also, don't make me go and get a job at Air. Rogie doesn't want that to happen. Lost 2 on this afternoon with the team who had 2 shots on target. Painful. It happens though, doesn't it? Does happen. Damn you, FM. That's what some people say sometimes. Kelty Hearts there in the in what match? What was that? That was the SPFL trophy, wasn't it? Up against Dirge next. Then Glenavon. Just slowly waiting for the transfer window to open up, because then we might look for a centre half, possibly, just to help. This is why we're leaving. This is crap. Bloody awful intake. Dreadful. Yeah, we're leaving. We're definitely leaving now. Right. If we were unsure before, now we've made our decision. Why would you even bring us E-level fullbacks, defensive midfielders and centre midfielders? Why? Why would you waste my time like that? Oh, here's a bunch of here's some wide midfielders and maybe a goalkeeper, possibly. You know, I don't know why they have bothered at all. It's an insult. It's an insult to me. It's an insult to everybody else. Nottingham Town, are you the fellow that wrote the FM Ruin My Life book? I'm one of the guys who was in that book. I did Football Manager Ruin My Life, the stand-up show, but Football Manager Stole My Life, the book. I am in it, yes. It was a collection of works and writings from various people, but yeah, definitely in it. And also on the Football Manager Show podcast as well. If you haven't got that downloaded, you should definitely go and do it. Out every single Wednesday, back next Wednesday. That's the important part. Back next Wednesday. Myself, RDF Tactics, and producer Steve. So welcome in, Nottingham Town. Nice to have you. Hope you're well. Who's your manager? And he's kind of a big deal. Don't you, JM? I'm not. I'm just a normal bloke who's crap at Football Manager. I've made a half decent career out of being not very good at a video game, and no one seemed to have worked that out yet until they see me on stream and they're like, "This guy's fucking shit. He doesn't know what he's doing." Yeah, and I'm like, I never said I was any good. That was always the thing I liked. Whenever we went on tour and stuff, and we were doing the shows, we'd have people being like, "You're not very good at this game, are you?" And I'm like, "No, I never said I was. Never said I was." You know, but they were like, they obviously must have seen it as some sort of like brag, going like, "All right, I'm going to get a load of people in a room and I'm going to tell you how good at Football Manager I am." Even for me, that's quite arrogant. You know. No, it's a new thing. It's a new thing, Llama. I've never had a podcast before. They seemed quite popular, so I thought I'd jump on and try it out. And yeah, it's good. It's easy. Have you seen them? Have you seen them recently? There's loads of them everywhere these days, and it's just people talking. It's just people talking about stuff, and then people go like, "Oh, I've got a podcast," and it's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, you remember back in the day when they had when they had everyone had a website. It's a bit like that. Mrs. J, Lane, how many of the 4 have we won? Nothing yet, Mrs. J. We're in 2 finals now. 2 finals. Still top of the league, which is good. And we also we have the cup. We're going to start for the first round, so we're going to be all right with that one. So I think we'll be fine. You know, podcasting beards, I'm the only person in the FM world without them. Yeah, but you're a successful TikToker now, Llama, so you're far more marketable than I am, you know? You'll be all right. I say we got 4 trophies. Have I got 4 trophies to win? Maybe we have. Sure, we must have. So bear with me 2 seconds. The little music's decided to give itself up. It's been like, right, we're sorted now, thanks. TikTok scares me. If Llama's on there, then maybe I need to check it out. I don't have any of these modern things. No, I've had conversations with Llama who sort of like has made it abundantly clear that I need to be at least looking at TikTok to sort of like have it as a you need to sort of be aware of what this stuff is. I'm like, yeah, I probably should. It's a great ball at the top. Oh, nice defending. That'll do. Just about managing to get it away. As we know, though, I also need to find some time to actually edit the stuff that needs to go on YouTube, so Mikason can't get the ball through. That's not a reasonable start, is it? Here we go, Wilson. Stinger's the real TikTok man. I just piggyback. Oh, what a ball. Oh. I've got a beard, but I can't do a podcast. I lost the mic in the overground lockdown beard. Oh, mate. Oh, decent save. I mean, that's the thing, like, you know, something like a TikTok is something that probably do need to look at, to be honest. YouTube Shorts works very well. I presume they sort of link together. You know, similar style short form content, get that happening. Well, we'll see. We thought playing FM again rises now and again, then I watch someone else play it and remember how much clicking there is and I go off the idea. That seems fair, Nottingham Town. That seems absolutely fair. There's a lot of clicking and not really a lot of sort of I guess watching it this way, I'm not as intense as some streamers or sort of like some players of the game who sort of go absolute deep dive into things. I guess with this challenge I can be a little bit more sort of standoff, really, but like there are people who will literally spend hours and hours like analysing, you know, where goals have come and gone and why has Danny Cadamartri not scored that. You know, so for me it's just like a case of like we just have a bit of a chat and a catch up and then FM's on the background and we occasionally go, Tony, have you conceded a goal again? I'm like, yeah, soz. Yeah, there's some great people who know exactly what they're doing, but for us this is just a hangout vibe, right? Let's go a bit wider, see if we can try and get at them. They're set pretty nicely though. They seem like, are they a narrow 4-4-2? They probably are, aren't they? Let's go a bit wider then. Be a bit more expressive as well, actually. Usually play and watch stuff until 11, then I take you to bed. I appreciate that, Barton. It's very kind, as long as I'm in your ear when you're trying to get yourself all settled down. Cushiony, we've been beaten by that over the ball again, so I need to drop back a smidge. MJ Gaming, appreciate the follow, very kind, thank you for that. In fact, you know what, let's also pull our... I'm here sat there going, saying, oh, you know, I don't really do a great deal here, but I'm just like... Not a new follower, I was testing out some recommendations. I thought I recognised your name, and I was just like, I know Twitch occasionally like unfollows and refollows, so I didn't want to draw too much attention to it and be like, fuck have you been, you know? But I also wanted to address the fact that it was like in there going like, oh, yeah, let's just see what's happening. Didn't think it was saying anything. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Hope you're well, though, buddy. There has been instances before where I think Twitch unfollows people like randomly. So, or at least that's definitely an excuse I've heard. It's definitely an excuse I've used on Twitter before. Oh, I thought I was following you, but I didn't. They said some things I didn't agree with and I unfollowed them. Or they were just boring. A bit like myself, to be honest. So, yeah, don't waste your time with me on Twitter. You can if you want, but it's not really worth it. Most of the time, it's just telling you that I'm going live or how bad the stream was. I'm recommending somebody else's content. Go on, finish it. There we go. Joel Cooper. That's what we're after. Drifting out of many streams, I sit in the dark on the sofa and wake up about 2 a.m. and an ended stream. Again, I think we've all been there, Nigel. I think, you know what, that's probably a sign of a good streamer, to be honest. You know, that we can just sort of like drift through it. You know, is that layout while waiting for the highlights in the game, or do you have to download it? So, Lord Molyneux, this comes as part of the Tato skin, so you need to download the skin, and then it overrides the vanilla skin that the game itself comes with. And then from there you get a bit more of a sort of tactical overview. It's really, really good. It's really good. There's some excellent stuff that you can find on it. For example, if I sort of like pause that now, right, I'll pause it when it comes back round. You can see things like sort of like progressive passes and stuff. You can check out all your passing maps as you're going through. You can bring into like defensive actions, attacking actions, and it's just a really, really smart skin. It looks great in the first instance anyway, but then you look at the tablet while you're running the actual game, and it's just, yeah, it gives you so much more. If you're the sort of person that likes stats and using them for in-game management, then it's the sort of skin you want. There's also some views as well. We've got custom views on the FM Stags made as well. And again, really, view. They're really handy also as well. So get them in there, and again, it's like really good for if you're trying to sort of do a statistical approach, or if you've got like really handy if you're trying to look at a player's actual value, like to your club. Like, so if you're trying to do something like, I hate the term, but Moneyball, you can work out exactly how useful these players are in terms of what value they give you, judging by how much you're paying for them, in terms of their wages, their output, their physical output, their performance. So again, really, really handy and definitely worth a look. And Stag does some great work, blogging as well, so also worth keeping your eyes out for. Fat Nigel, a lovely soothing voice that does it, and of course the lack of shouting caused by you scoring. Yeah, I don't score many goals, so yeah, not much shouting happens there, is it? RDF, of course, king of the rage. Even Gary Miller, how are you, buddy? Hope life's treating you good. Happy New Year as well, by the way. All good, thanks, man. All good indeed. Duffy's through. Duffy finishes. I mean, Duffy's on 12 for the season, you know. Brought that boy in from Bolton. Do we try and do a bit of a redemption with Bolton next season? Go back there and be like, hey, remember when you all started talking shit about me in last season's game? Alright, what's the crack? I've got Duffy, Duffman here. Right, he's got my back. We'll bring Bailey Calamarchi across as well. Perfect, get the boys round. Owen O'Brien can come. I think it's Scotland next. I think Scotland for a bit more suffering. This is our sort of season that we've earned some wins. You know, like, that was fun. Now back to the suffering. Oh, how's Duffy missed that one? Just dink it, mate. Don't put your foot through it like that. Literally, like, killed someone behind the stand there. Dreadful. Nickerson over the top. Bring Evans on. Let's take Duffy off as well. He's a bit tired. Can't wait to see Bailey in Scotland. Could you imagine that, though? You know, 96 goals after like 42, after like 14 games or something. It's like Haaland. Stenhouse Muir's record goal scorer. Because I think this is now part of the consideration when we look to move is Bailey Calamari going to come with us? Because he should essentially now become our new RJJ. Oh, off the bottom of the post. It's worth remembering as well that we did try and bring RJJ in. Imagine if we'd have got them both. Imagine how many goals we'd have scored. It was wages that stopped that move happening. And that would have been frightening. We'll ball through. Oh, he's terrible miss. I mean, we are fairly fortunate here. At this point. 4 minutes to go. I'm cautious, but I'm starting to think that maybe we just keep attacking them, because if we stand off, are we going to allow a bit of pressure? Are we possibly going to concede a goal? And then see what happens from there. Scannell gives it back to Wilson. Mikason. Look at that. Yeah. There we go. Just kill the ball. Keep the possession. I mean, I know it's horrible. I know this formation is horrible. It's a 4-2-3-1. It's gegenpressing, but there are times when we play quite nice football. And I'm looking at it and I'm just like, yeah, we're a decent side to watch, aren't we? What a ball. Catamartry. I mean, that is beautiful, right? If we can clip that entire thing, that's stunning. What a team goal that is. It just had everything, didn't it? Most of the team got involved there. That's fine, isn't it? 30th goal of the season for Bailey Catamartry. Barton, you picked a winger. You picked a winner. Great recommendation. He could get 50 or 60. I think 50's definitely not out of the question. Because he's on 30 and he's missed a couple of games with scoring as well. So what he tends to do is he tends to get like doubles or triples, doesn't he? 30 goals for Catamartry, man. If you're favourite in the league and you bring out a 4-2-3 on gegenpressing, it'll definitely be a thing of beauty. This is what it's been, Kev, to be honest. Like, it was very much the thing of, look, let's just do what we have to do this season. We knew we were the favourites. We were like, right, we just have to get those results, get those wins. Let's not muck around. It's not going to be 4-4-2 low block. We're going to have to go for it. So, right, stick ourselves in there, go for it, and then, like, it's working. You know, it's working. Actually, is there a way where you can see? Is there a way where you can see the actual goal map? So from the last match, goal scored location. Is there a way I can actually see the movement? So I'm sure some people like occasionally put things on where it's like last match pass, pretty decent. Goal output. Is it possibly in the actual match itself, the match report? Shots, heat map, stats. Don't think you can you? Oh, analytical data. There we go. teams. Scoring chances. Shots, maybe? No. I won't lie, so I'll leave it. It's time to leave Crew. They're just shit. It will be. It will be. That's sometimes the moment, isn't it? That is sometimes the moment. Scoring chances, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to have a look. There is a way of seeing it, isn't it? Movement. No, it's not that. We'll find out. Because it would have been nice to have actually seen like how that last goal looked and the amount of passes that we had in it. So, sure, we can have a little look at that later. See what's what. Interested in selling Paul Neal to get rid of some wages. Thing is, he's got finishing of 17. He's not even been brought on yet. You know? That's like a little sneaky player in the background, isn't it? 13 off the ball, finishing of 17. I'll tell you what, let's move him up, shall we? Right. Paul Neal, I think your chance is ready, mate. 3 more days until Glenavon. So where are you going to go next then, Owen? Where's the plan after that? Also, as well, have we still got 4 trophies to go for? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have got 4. Yeah, okay, let's go. Not sure. Well, is there anything that's available? Because again, like we're looking here, and I don't know what's jumping out at us. Penrickock, Greshford, Chelmsford, Stockport, Derby. Any trifle or volleyball today? Not yet, Links. Not yet. I think we're gonna save those for when we win some titles. To be honest, because I think there's definitely some potential coming up as we go through this. We're approaching Christmas. If we can get past Glenavon here, can you show the graphic of which ones you're aiming for on the graphic? I could actually. Let's have a look. That's a handy way of doing it. Gem, I've never thought of that before. So let's make a copy of that. I'll edit it quickly now. Right. So we're going to do orange. Would orange stand out? Orange might stand out, yeah. Antrim Shield. Northern Irish Cup. It depends on whether anyone's colourblind or not. That might be an issue. So if you are, I'm really sorry. This has not been done deliberately to antagonise you, right? Okay. Let me know if you can see this. Okay. Here's where we're about to be, progress-wise. Okay, and then that in orange is what we're aiming for. Okay. Derby would be good if you can sort the finance out. They've got the reputation to attract really good players. They definitely have indeed. So here's what we've got. So this is what we're aiming for this season. Okay, is the Danske Bank Premiership, the Northern Irish Cup, the League Cup, and the County Antrim Shield. Okay, that's our haul for this season. Okay, so the Bet McLean Cup would be the League Cup. Okay, so if we do that, there you go. If we do that, then that'll be us. How do we get the Steel and Sons Cup? So the Steel and Sons Cup, let's Google it, because some of these cups are regional. So let's see. So that one is, it says here, and I've just Googled it here, it's an intermediate cup competition run by the North East Ulster Football Association and County Antrim. So you're only gonna have teams in there. So actually, Linfield should be in there because they have won it before. Linfield won it in 2020, so they should be there. When's the Antrim Cup played? Is that at the end of the season though? Traditionally, it's been played on the 25th of December. So I don't know. Maybe we end up with. Maybe there's a way that we end up with in there as well. So if you do manage to get on all of those in Northern Ireland, then Northern Ireland starts to look very good. It could happen. Let's have a look. Where's the Steel and Sons Cup? It would be classed as the Northern Irish Charity Shield, do we think? Antrim Shield. Gold Cup. There you go, Steel and Sons Cup. Oh, it's Linfield Swifts. That's the thing, it's not Linfield proper. That's the issue there. So we'd have to be a different team. So Distillery, so again, this is like a third division trophy. Distillery, Tobermory, Dundallah, Knockbreeder, Crumlin, Queen's University, Belfast Celtics. So they're the teams that we can sort of like be there. Is the Evercest Northwest Cup on the list? Where's that in? Is that in Northern Ireland, is it? Just don't go giving me more trophies. It is the Northwest Senior Cup. That's between Tobermory, Portstewart, Limavady. Have I not got that on the list either? I think we might have just made this a bigger list, haven't we? Hang on, I'm going to add it onto it, right? Northwest Senior Cup. Right, make that yellow. Okay. Could be a few cups we haven't actually added here. Right. So that's a third round, a third division cup by the looks of it. Okay. Middlester, we've had that before. Intermediate, we've had. Steel and Sons, we know about. County Antrim Shield, we know about. Bet McLean League Cup, we know about. Northern Irish Cup, we know about. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, we're handy with that. So yeah, so we missed out the Northwest Senior Cup. The Harry Caravan Youth Cup. That's not one for us to worry about. Right, there we go. We're sorted with that. We missed one out, so we might actually. So there's now 34 cups possibly. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think we've just made it worse. I was having a lovely time until then. Now all of a sudden I'm like, 33 trophies, easy. 34 trophies, this is bullshit. As we know, though, we need to come back down at some point. Once we've gone up, we will have to come back. But we're going to go away and find some pastures new and try and get ourselves a little bit of experience elsewhere in the world before we come back to do the grinders. So like the sort of the Northern Irish third division again, the Welsh Cymru second division. Because again, we've got two. The thing is, we've got two divisions there, and there's only one promotion spot in Wales, like North and South, Cymru North and South. There's only one promotion spot, so it's like you've got to win the title, otherwise you get nothing. So they're going to be like properly hard at the end because all amateur teams in it. Glenavon lost their last match. They were first defeat in 5. We've lost 1 in 5 as well. We're wearing our away kit of red and blue, red and black, I think. Those are the ones we're waiting for. Premier League winner goes to regional Northern Irish Cup. Is great. This is going to break football. I think it's going to be similar to what Alice did last year when she did her Wrexham save, and then ended up in like some third division Dutch team or something. And it was like, she's like, oh hey everyone, and then got sacked within like a year. She was like, oh, it's a waste of time. Sorry to add to the list, but it's the first one on Limmer Vardy. No mate, hey, don't apologise if there's ones on there that we haven't got. We need to make sure that they're on there, because we want it to be accurate, don't we? That's the thing. Don't want to get to the end, potentially be sat there going, oh, we won 33 trophies, and then for it to be like, there is one more, Tony. We don't want that. I'd rather have the disappointment now than there's another one to add. So that's all right. 34 trophies is fine. We can do 34. Can't. Oh, unlucky. Decent effort. Kadamari there. Try to chip one out from distance. Do I get an award for if Bailey Kadamari scores like 80 goals? Don't think I do I? We also don't have Kadamari attacking from the header there from a corner. He's obviously heard me and went, yep, I can do this. We don't have Europe on here either, so European trophies don't count. They're nice little bonuses, I think, in the event of something happening. Cooper's out injured, okay. Evans comes on. Just updating the graphic here, so apologies for that. I should probably update Nightbot as well. Actually, I've got extra trophies to think about. Duffy over the top there. There we go, Kadamari's away. Here he goes. Evans gets the byline, pulls it back. Kadamari off the top of the net. Should have been another goal. I reckon there should be real. Once you win the English Premier League, go back to your original first club and win the Champions League with them as an immediate win on the challenge. Oh, 100%, Kev. And you know what? If we could go back and win the Champions League with Banbridge, that would be incredible, right? I've already said there's still some trophies that we need to win with Banbridge, because when you're in Division 3, those trophies are regional. So there's only certain trophies you can win in Division 3, as we've just seen. Like, just because you're in that division doesn't necessarily mean you're there. You only have to be part of like a certain amount of teams can actually go for a trophy. So building a nation, like sort of a one club dominance save, it's kind of impossible to do it as we'll just win everything with that one team. Like, you can do it in England, it's easy. Do it in Scotland, it's easy. Wales, you can do it, but yeah, not Northern Ireland apparently. Interesting way of doing it. But yeah, we almost, of course, ended up back at Banbridge before going to Linfield, so we did have an offer to go there. Their manager's since been sacked this season, so he hasn't even lasted the season. He's already gone. That's at bottom of the Championship. So by the time we come back round to looking to be in the third division of Northern Irish football, Banbridge will obviously be the first port call, I'm presuming. So we're currently 6 clear now of Cliftonville. Oh, bit of a miscommunication there, I think. Ooh, should have been punished. We got away with that one. Yeah, Cliftonville 2-1 up against Crusaders. Let's bring Cadamarti off and we'll put Paul Neal up top. See what we can do with this 17 finishing, shall we? Nil's fine, we're not that fussed. Cliftonville have gone 3-1 up against Crusaders. It's easy enough for them. So yeah, it's going to be six points the gap. Unless something wild happens in the next couple of minutes. Which could happen. Just keep the ball at this point, aren't we? Nothing too silly. If an opening shows, go for it. If not, just keep the ball. Nothing daft. That's what I do. Show your experience. Evans gives the ball away though. Try to dribble it a little bit too keen. That'll do. There we go. Nice and easy. 2-0. Just easing our way through here into the January transfer window. 6 clear of Cliftonville. Goal difference plus of 12. Actually, no. Try to do maths now. Yeah, 12. Yeah. Maybe? I don't know. Cooper's out for 7 weeks. That could be an issue. Duffy's out for 6 days. So yeah, this is where we're starting to notice these little knocks and injuries starting to creep in. God, my ability to talk is definitely hindered tonight, isn't it? I don't know how either. All right, 9 days till we can get some players rest. You know what? Let's rest everyone actually before the Glenavon game, because a few players are pretty much high possibility of injuring themselves. So right, is it there? Is that how we do it? Why can't we rest them all up? Oh, it's because we've already got the schedule on there. Brilliant. It'll be fine, don't worry. It'll be fine. Seba, any recommendations for a laptop for my FM1? FM1's packed in already. I don't know, to be honest, Seba. I must admit, I'm not that technically minded. I'm more of I was a Mac user up until recently, but I had to get my PC built by a friend of mine who was very good, and from what I've got, apparently is very good as a PC, but yeah, it's not a laptop, I'm afraid. Best thing you can do is have a look at what the recommended specs are, maybe on Steam or something, and have a look there, then just try and get something in and around that sort of thing. Like, that'll be the lowest specs that are available, so anything that's above is going to be obviously worth it, you know. I appreciate the follow, but that's very, very kind indeed. Things like, is it like a Razer? Is that what they call it? Is that a gaming laptop? Lenovo 9 or something. These are just words I've heard, so I don't really know whether that means anything. That might be the worst thing in the world, but yeah, there's definitely some good gaming laptops out there at the minute. But I'll be honest, I don't know what they are, so I don't want to give you bad advice, you know. Especially when it comes to like laptops, they're pretty expensive, you know. I don't want to be the guy who recommends you something, you're like, that laptop was shit. Like, Oh yeah, soz about that. Okay, so we've got ourselves another cup final. Glentoran again. So we've got Glentoran in the Antrim final. We've got Glentoran in the Bet McLean final. It's going to be getting to know these guys pretty well, you know. Asus Vivo book isn't bad. There you go. There's a recommendation from Owen. Appreciate that, Owen. Very kind. I think Kev still uses a laptop as well. United City, if he's still in, he might be able to tell you what he uses. I know he's busy speccing up and pricing up a new rig. So we'll have to see. I think I've just seen there that Cliftonville drew their last match. So that means that we're only 5 points clear. They've drawn. Poor Cliftonville. They could have done with a win to get a bit of pressure on us. So we've got a game in hand. Our game in hand is against Glentoran though, so it's not ideal. From 2019, we'll get the specs in a minute. There you go. See, Kev's the one. Kev is the one. Oh, Siggy's in our reserves. What about that? Even GCY, how are you? Welcome in. GOT, I'm not technically minded, but I've got an MSGL66 Pulse recently. Does the job. There you go, see? All these offers of help and assistance. This is what the stream's all about, isn't it? Try Hume's gone to Larne. Another player who's left Sunderland. Gone to Larne. I mean, again, he'd be decent, mind. He's not bad at Sunderland, to be honest. O'Sullivan, another Larne player. Big fans, but they're not going to let him go, are they? They're going to be like, actually, mate, no, you need to not go to our main rivals. All Larne players. Isaac Bird, Jamie Doran we know about. If you could maybe show us a player who doesn't play for Larne, that'd be good. I think we probably need a centre back as well, actually. Gabriel Mackay-Steven. We're shortlisting him for the future, obviously. Sports Mad, not technically minded, but I've got a Nokia 3310. It's a bit slow. Now, don't you go showing off with your Nokia 3210. Do not show off. I expect more from you, Sports Mad. I thought you were a man of class and honour. Great for Snake. Decent for Snake, yeah. Terrible for streaming. You need an extra cable. Got to get a top-up card every 12 minutes as well, which is rubbish. There you go, we've got an i7. That's the one. i7s. Cammy Palmer could leave. Oh, at this point now. Oh, no. Let's not leave now. How much do you want? What's it, 1.4? Have it. Have what you need. You can stay. Who else is on their way out, actually, at this point? It's probably worth finding out, isn't it? It's like, I do keep forgetting that there are players who can leave mid-season. That's the problem, isn't it? Harry Wilson, fringe player, don't worry about him. Matthew Williamson, breakthrough player, not a problem. Keelan Reid, nah, probably not that much of a loss. Leon Boyd, not that much of a loss. Conley, not a loss. And these players are actually leaving. We're fine. We'll be alright. Will be good. There you go. That's us. Now we've got an unread 272 WhatsApp messages and 1,000 emails. Oh, I mean Barton. No, that's terrible behaviour. Don't want that sort of thing. Potentially she with Rowan Ferguson. I mean, look, mate, you're not going to be first choice goalkeeper, man. Like, really sorry. I think we're going to have to sell you. Just wait until there's a reasonable bid comes in. Whatever it is, you can have it. Out you go. What's that said from 9-a-side football? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's... Yeah, if it's just like a WhatsApp nonsense group, then yeah, there's thousands of messages. Just class them all as read. Close it out, innit? Oh, here's another funny meme. You know, people booking a slot I haven't played for a couple of months. Got ya. That makes sense. People just saying in. Yeah, you don't want that. So Linfield Swifts have won the Steels and Sons Cup, so that's good. So at least we're keeping it in the club. Now, do we can't class ourselves as winning that, can we? Really? You know, we have to go back to look at the teams who attempted it in the first instance. Release clause could see boys leave Linfield. I mean, he does have a release clause in there, but hopefully not yet. Win's a win, isn't it? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it technically counts, or does it? I'd love for it to count, but I don't think it's going to. I think that would be a little bit of a stretch too far for us to be like, we won that, and they're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't at all. That's lies, is what you've just told there. Kinsella for Palmer, I think. See if that works. Make a bit of a change. And then, of course, Dungannon as well. Oh, Dungannon. On New Year's Day, we go up against our old club. Like, hi guys, remember us? We won a trophy with you last season and nearly got relegated. The big Belfast derby. This is the one. This is the big one. Recommend coming over for Glentoran and Linfield game. They're normally spicy. I can imagine, to be honest. I must admit, I haven't got, like, I don't have an affiliation with Linfield. I must admit, I'll put that out right now as well. This is very much picking a team to win some trophies. Just putting it out there, right? It's not a political statement. This is very much just we've clicked this to do what we need to do. Yeah. But yes, I can imagine it's pretty wild out there. I'm a big fan of Belfast though as a city. I think it's awesome. Always have a great time whenever I go there. Just love being there. Cammy Palmer's got himself a new deal. Yeah. I figured you were a Glentoran fan, JC. That's why I was just like, it's probably a good time to mention this whole issue that there is. Yeah, it's not because of, yeah. Be honest with you, my family is Celtic fans. This is probably the wrong team to be managing, but we need to. It's a save where we have to just win trophies, right? So that's kind of where we are. I've decided to step down at the end of the season, try and go for a job in the National South or Irish Championship or Banbridge. Get the job at Banbridge, that's what you want in it. CTP, welcome in, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Evening Reese, how are you, pal? Nice to see you back in. Join us as we have the big derby match. The big one. Played Glentoran over 2 for the purely fact I had a Glentoran shirt when I was 10. Nice. I mean, to be honest, looking at the kits, if I was basing it on kits, I'd probably have gone Glentoran as well, actually. Double hydrates. Good work, people. Glentoran, yeah, that's exactly how it is. Sportsman, yeah. Glentoran are Celtic and Linfield are Rangers. Linfield, they have a friendly every single year with Rangers. So, yeah, it's one of those. Occasionally there's a little bit of silliness involved. But not in this video game environment, though. In this video game environment, everyone is playing very nicely. Youth setup is very good. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, they obviously have more money, same as Glentoran have a lot of money. Well, probably less than Linfield do. Linfield play in the Champions League qualifiers and stuff. So, excuse me. So all that goes into just basically, swallowing up the young kids and saying, look, come and try your opportunity here. This is what you want. They bring in a bunch of players from Rangers on loan as well, so they've got that. So it's like, the opportunity's there, the money's there. They play at Windsor Park, so they're playing in a good stadium every single week. So they're getting some money from that. So it all comes back in, you know what I mean? Exactly as it should be. No sectarian comments are out. Exactly, sportsman. So, but I am kind of aware there is a bit of a political issue with this save anyway, so I'm trying to sort of like keep it all as low key as I possibly can, just be like, I'm here but just have to play this game and get through. So one season, I'm going to try and win everything at once, and then we can go. Glentoran and Linfield will both be arranged. It's like, it's Cliftonville or Celtic. Okay, my mistake. See, this is the problem. I don't want to put my foot in it, do I? I guess the Irish, what's it called, the Irish clover in the Cliftonville badge would probably be the giveaway, wouldn't it? Now I think about it. Do relegations harm your reputation? I guess it depends upon the circumstances, Owen. Like, if you were predicted to get relegated, then probably less so than if you were predicted to win the league and got relegated. You maybe not. I mean, you're asking me, right? I nearly got relegated with Dungannon, and I got the Linfield job, so maybe not. Obviously, we didn't get relegated, but it was certainly not looking good. They will affect them at some level, but it depends on what sort of job you're going for next. Like, if you're going for a job where the step up is back into that division, then the team. Oh, Mikelson's going to go. What silly tackle! Stupid tackle. Right, we're down to 10 men now. Which is fine. We're going to 4-4-1, I think. Try this out for a little bit. Boys gets away. Oh, apparently he wasn't quite watching where that ball was going. I wonder if Cadamarty can run the line on his own. And the answer's probably yes, right? Nice ball, Evans. Gets the byline. Oh, how's he scored that? Jeff caught with an own goal. Oh. What a goal. I've got no idea how it goes in. Oh, it's come off the defender. Past the keeper. Unbelievable. Where's Scannell? I mean, hey, if we've got a bit of luck on our side, now's the time for it, right? Watching the YouTuber Footy Adventure where he tours the Irish footy grounds, was interesting to hear the story of the clubs. Yeah, and that's the bit that I like. That's what I like to sort of hear the story around the club, try and get a bit of a feel for them. And eventually we can maybe sort of get an affiliation with the club, which is great. Feel something for them, which is essentially what football is all about, isn't it, really? And yeah, if we can get a bit of love for the club, then that'll be awesome. As we did with Banbridge. You know, we have feelings for Banbridge now. The players were in the stream. They were obviously giving us a bit more info about it. You know, understood what happened with the manager and stuff this year, and it was like, right, yeah, we're all on board. Levin's place was level on points, wasn't taking the chance. Or was that we've resigned? Good health now, cheers to the stream, catch you later. Yeah, no worries, GOT. Pleasure seeing you in. See you soon, hopefully. It'll probably be next week now, to be honest, for the next stream here, because obviously it's playoffs weekend, so it's a bit frustrating, because we are coming into a really good time in the save now, and it's like, could do with keeping this going, to be honest. Don't tackle him. See that like defender just trying to kick out. I was like, don't give away a penalty. Do not do that. Dual stream this in the playoffs. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's not a bad shout at all, Kev. This is why I've got you on the panel, because you're proper. You're thinking about this logically. Oh, Kanamarshi's got it. As you're hooked on the save. Me too, Barton. Genuinely, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think this is good. I think we're in here. Anchor, drop that line back. Drop off more. Pull him back. Right. Let's just see this one out. Last couple of minutes. God, good ball in. Ask the panel a bunch of questions. Play the next match. We're taking far too long. Should just keep like sort of intercutting from the live games, being like, oh, there's been a goal, has there? Oh, yeah, it's for me in my save that I'm currently streaming right now over on Twitch. That could work. Manager at Queen's has quit. They'll be relegated back down to the third tier. You could get them back up. Queen's Uni's not a bad one. It's not a bad one, Owen. Mikason suspended. Obviously, he's got himself sent off. Look at that. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 6-0, 4-2. That's not bad. It's not a bad run of games, is it? Now we've got to take on Dungannon. Go back to our old stomping ground, or one of our old stomping grounds. And by stomping ground, I very much mean, just gently placing your foot on the ground. Anything remotely interesting cropping up yet? Forest Green, Middlesbrough? Probably a bit too far, to be honest. It's not a bad shout between myself and Jeb. Plus the playoffs with non-podcast references. I'm sure you can get updates on your stream. I'm sure I probably could, actually. That's not a bad shout. I'm in charge as well. There's that, isn't it? Like, if I'm there going like, well, actually, here's what I think, right? Hate Borough. Well, yeah. They've got some good. The thing is, they get good young players through. That's the problem. See, they get good young players through, so that could make things very, very interesting for us. There's nothing there that's remotely exciting. Even to sort of like be, can we start at the end? Can we start next season? There's nothing there that's particularly fun. If there are two people that can do what they want, it's me and Jeb. Well, we're still accountable. United City, we're still accountable. Someone somewhere will pull us to one side and be like, yeah, no, like maybe less of that. So, and rightfully so as well. Rightfully so. So it looks like everyone's off to join LAN. 6 players are leaving the club, all joining LAN. Youngsters as well. So you can tell we're obviously not that bothered about the longevity of this career at Linfield. Everyone wants to leave to go and join LAN. Yeah, let them go. Let them go. Why are we still just talking about this? They should already be gone. We're not paying $3,000 for them to come on loan. Graham Curran. He's not going to come just yet. That's a shame. He's a good player. He looks a good player, I should say, sorry. Sam Roscoe probably won't come either, will he? £425. Actually, he might do, though. Where has he previously played? He has played in Ireland before, hasn't he? Linfield. There you go, get the man back. How long is he banned for, though? Because it looks like he does have a ban. 1 match. Okay. So we could get him back in. 6'5", centre-half. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Is Ricky Jade going to happen? No, still not. It's understandable. It shouldn't happen. There's no way we can get Ricky Jade in. Queen's relegated by only 4 points. Oh, only 4 points. I was going to say, like, relegate with 4 points. That's dreadful. But no. Cretero did well at Portadown. It's gone to Stevenage now. Okay. Shaden Morris. We're not going to find enough wages to get him through. Joe Nuttall. He's 30 now. Jordan Brown, you're not going to fancy it, are you? Nah. Ricky and Bailey up front. Imagine that. Imagine. Gabriel Overton. Dale Taylor wants to stay. Where's Dale Taylor? Dundee. I can understand why you want to stay. Desperately. I mean, Ricky and Bailey Cadamartri would be ridiculous. It would almost be unfair on the on the rest of the league. So Bailey Cadamartri is the young player of the year. So we're happy about that. $29 goals in 27 games in the league so far. United City, I'm out here going my beauty sleep on a panel with Tony Lama and H2 tomorrow. Hope the rest of the stream is spectacular. Later to all you legends. Kev, it's always a pleasure to have you in. We'll see you tomorrow. Can't wait. Genuinely can't wait. Sleep well, and we'll see you tomorrow. 27 goals in 55 for Mark Lloyd Lewis. We love this guy. He's coming with us somewhere. Wherever we go, he's coming. Iwan Morgan is at Swansea. He's fairly decent. James Evans. Look at this fella. £31 million. Pretty handy. That's the Welsh Young Player of the season. Harry Wilson, they reckon, can become a decent player, or a leading player, in fact. Just gonna let these players' contracts expire. I'm sorry. I'm sure they're all great, and I'm sure that they will make good players in the future, but just not. We're here for one season only, really, at Linfield. Unless, of course, we don't win the league, then we might have to stay for another year. What's the no way? What's the no way, Owen? What have I missed? Won't you wake up the sofa and fall asleep at 6:30 and miss most of the stream? Banbridge manager's left. Yes, go and get yourself in there. Get the Banbridge job. This is yours, Owen. Make it happen. Glenavon want Boyd Muntz. What am by Cliftonville. It's 5'8". Cliftonville, Warren Point, Glenavon. Reasonable, but we don't really need a player on the left per se. I think we could maybe do another central midfielder, another centre back, maybe a striker. I mean, this has got to be a first, surely. 6 players leaving the club to all join LAN. We're not loaning anybody out just yet. Although actually he might have to go, probably. Yeah, he's probably going to kick off, isn't he, if I've told him that he can't go. Never mind. Does that mean we have to sell 6? Well, they've just left, so has that freed up some wages? Not really. So what we need now is we need to find a central midfielder who's available on loan. Willie Mulligan, Omar Beaz. I mean, look, even just a very quick eyeball, that seems unfair that he should be available, surely. Like, he looks decent enough. Mawal Tuya, Chevron James. Is he interested now? Yes. Chevron James could be coming in. Look at those mentals and physicals. No technicals at all. Doesn't need them, right? But that could be handy. Banbridge or Limavady have just won the 3rd tier to go Queens with a straight league straight away. I think there's an argument to make for both of those sides, isn't there, really? Yeah, Watford lad looks decent as well, doesn't he? He's not going to get enough points for his work permit, so we can't get him. Work permit's going to be the issue. I think there's definitely an argument for either of those, to be honest, Owen. So, what does your heart tell you? Matt Singh's an option now. That could be interesting. Okay. Could be interesting. Jarrell Kanza. Again, he looks a little bit too good, doesn't he? $9 grand. We're not paying $9 grand. We're not paying 12. Not anything either. If it was real life Owen, who would you pick? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, if it was real life, what are you going for? What's your favourite save that's after Blythe, before you started streaming? I'm sure I've mentioned this a few times actually. I had a save with Barry Town, Gem, and it was with the FM20, FM19, I think. So it was literally just before we started streaming, essentially, and it was like, right, let's get that done. And it was so much fun. Who am I not wanting to pay? I've forgotten already. Someone was like, I don't really want to pay this. Might have been Kwanzaa. To be honest, I have no idea. It was really fun. Like, we just got to the point where it was like we were there or thereabouts with TNS, and if you can topple them, then you're in, right? And I've never managed in Wales before. This is why I'm always like, I'm not really sort of scared of managing in Wales when it comes to this season, because I'm like, yeah, it's fine. We'll go and we'll manage in Wales. Like it'll be what it is, because I had good memories of it and it was fun. But obviously, you know, we'll see where we go from that. Got to remember, jumping ship, long-term financials don't matter. Yeah, that's a good point. I do keep forgetting that. That we are only here for a short time, essentially. It doesn't really matter. The Canadian national job is not part of the British Steel Challenge, Tony. Ignore it. Mika out. Paul O'Neill. Give Scannell. Hughes on the bench, possibly. Let's crack on with it. Get some more water as well, actually, so bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, let's just keep the good run going. I've not used the Zealand skin this year, Jem. I didn't use it last year, but I know Dave Goodger did. Goodger used it a lot, but there was an issue, wasn't there? With did it not affect some of the code? I think with like the graphics and the face packs and stuff. It looked cool, by the way. It looked cool as. Same with Work the Space, when he made his skin at the start of the game cycle as well. I was like, that was pretty cool, but I couldn't get extracted. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't having anything for me. So we ended up waiting for Tato, because we used to use Renzi. But yeah, obviously no Renzi skin this year. Queens is they don't have much finances. No one's going to have finances, Owen, really, in Division 3. The post O'Brien. That's our boy. The good thing about the lower league, the third division though, is that you can pretty much loan an entire team in, and you're probably not going to have to pay for your loans, because we seem to get away with it pretty handily when we were first there. So just treat it as essentially going, right, whose kit do I like? And that's when we watch him for the stream. Front post goal machine at it again. He's doing well from those corners, isn't he? Scannell offside. How are you, much anyway? I hope you're well. Glen Torn losing. Check on Cliftonville, see what their score is. Yeah, the footballs are out as well, folks. So Winter's here. Scannell picks the wrong option. Duffy. Kinsella, Douglas. Nice ball at the top. Scannell straight at the keeper. Douglas has looked quietly handy, hasn't he? Just sort of does what he needs to do. Cliftonville currently beating Coleraine at this point. That's Barry Hercules, that's Mrs. J's former character. Banbridge have offered you a new job, a job interview. Yes. That's what we like. Go and get that job. Go and get that job, Owen. Yeah, Barry Hercules, by the way, is Mrs. J's new gen. So there'll be mixed emotions if he does well. The Mavardia might say I've had above average youth recruitment, had 2 excellent intakes and brought 1 young winger to Portadown. See, because we thought Banbridge was good, didn't we? We thought we had a couple of good intakes there. Evans. Classic counter-attack. That's what just for half time, get a second goal. Is it wrong that I really hate the fact that we're not streaming this tomorrow night? Is it wrong that I'm sitting there going, oh, we've got to do different streaming now? I think we're a good part of the save, aren't we? Where like things are all lined up nicely. We could take a really big sort of like step that doesn't necessarily make the journey look more likely to be completed, but it just sort of goes like, okay, 6 years in now, there's a few trophies there. That's better than 3, you know. Not gonna lie, I've been here for the wonderful company up until now. Now it feels like the challenge is getting serious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this is the thing. Now it's almost like, oh shit, maybe get a couple of good years here, and then like, is it a thing? Is it a thing? You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, we'll still make it not a thing, obviously, but it's nice to be considering it. I want to bring Paul Neal on. Can he play shout just behind? No. Let's rest him. Let's rest Cadamartri, right? He doesn't need to play all the games. He's got enough goals now. He's on 42,000 or whatever. So don't need to give him more than 45 minutes. Rest him up for the important matches. How's the cups coming on? So at the minute, which where we are, we've currently only won 3. Like out of the now 34 trophies we've got to work out, we've got to win. But this season, we're 5 points clear in the league. We are in 2 finals, and we've got 2 more. Another cup to contend. So there is a potential for a quadruple this year. That would, of course, take us then up to 7. So. And that would then like really change the dynamic of the save. Oh, pick that out. Incredible. It's now 5 to midnight on a Wednesday night. You're streaming looking fresh as a fiddle. I'm fairly sure you have a job, children, a podcast. How do you do it? Coffee jam. Coffee helps during the day. But yes, all those things are there. It's just. This is my wind down time. Thing as well is you've got to remember that for the last 12 years, I've been doing stand up, so I've been sort of like having to survive on a small amount of sleep anyway, which is not good because I need a lot of sleep. So sometimes we wouldn't get back from shows till like gone 2 in the morning or whatever, 3 in the morning. That'd be really bad if we're back there. But oh my God, don't drink an iron brew. Don't drink an iron brew this time of night. You'll be up till like next Tuesday. Again with iron brew as well, the sugar will burn off eventually, so it's like there's no caffeine in iron brew. So proper nice coffee, like a good like espresso, or like sort of a filter, proper black filter coffee. I use an AeroPress personally. Have a couple of cups of that during the day, and then I'm away. I'm all right. And then, as you see on stream on an evening, I have a green tea with me, plenty of water, and just you know, just nice company, nice people. That's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you vibing. So we do that. Duffy, go on, give it to him. Oh, great save. Unbelievable. AeroPress is amazing, isn't it, Monoret? Like, so good. I begin to wonder how I managed to survive for so long without it. Now I'm like, of course I have my coffee AeroPressed. Why would I not? Where else? Where does AeroPress coffee? Nowhere, apparently. Although we do, there's a shop in York, because of course there's a shop in York that sells AeroPresses. I've never seen anywhere do them physically in real life. Always doing it online. But they're just like, oh yeah, come in and have, you know, buy AeroPress coffee. I'm like, yeah, nobody does that. Like, oh, that's like an in the house coffee. You can't stand it. You're drinking the wrong stuff, Barton. But again, I can understand why people don't like it. But yeah, for me, I'm a big fan. Big fan. That'll do. That shows Dungannon what they're missing. Just the 3. There was 5 when, of course, we weren't when we were the manager for Dungannon. There's a shop in Kentish Town in North London that does AeroPress coffee and sells the filters. What do I know? Yeah, okay. There you go. Next time in Kentish Town, that's where I'm going. Gonna get my AeroPress coffee on. I want to like it, I just don't. Again, I get it. I totally get it. And when you start getting into it, like properly getting into it, then it just becomes even more confusing because you're like, oh, but I want to understand more about it and like know about the beans, and I want to get a grinder, and I want to be like, oh, do I need to spend £600 on a coffee machine? And it's like, oh, I don't know. These are all the questions that I'm having in my head right now. Mrs. J's answer is no, you don't need to spend £300, £400, £500 on a coffee machine because you won't clean it. And I'm like, that's a good point, but still, we'll come back to it later and think about that, because right now you know I'm pricing it up. So yeah, that's where we're at. Right, we need to accept all these loan offers, don't we, because he was really upset that we didn't accept it before. So fine, not a problem. Just listening out. Did that sound like a child? I hope not. Just checking. No, I think we're okay. Try the wipes from time to time. Yeah. Johnny D, welcome in. Save's going pretty good. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. We're nudging ourselves towards something, we think. This is we're currently Linfield. We're top of the table, right? Top of the table. We're 5 points clear with a game in hand. Okay, we are. We're in 2 cup finals. We are about to start another cup run as well, potentially. There you go. Cup first round. Cup final. I mean, gotta be happy with that, right? Gotta be very, very happy with that. Certainly can't complain. So yeah, decent is what I'm going to say. Yeah, I think it works well for us. And a fancy tea. I guess this is the thing with all of it, innit? If you get into the fancy anything, then it's like it suddenly becomes a bit too sort of like OTT, because you just be like, I think I want the best one. Thank you. I'd rather have the best one. Just going to try and ignore that little remark there about Wally not being played as a no-nonsense centre-back, because we don't have a no-nonsense centre-back. That's the problem. Yeah, we're just like, no, we don't really play with one. We don't really play with a no-nonsense centre-back. It is varied. That's what you need. You need to be able to have like a nice varied coffee, cups of tea, and like, do it as it is. Because if it's all the same stuff, it just gets boring and it's horrible, and no one likes that. Whereas if it's going to be a bit more sort of like something else happening, then that's good. That's what we like. Right. What we might do right now is, I think we might drop a raid on someone, because I think it is midnight, right? So that's obviously that's a thing. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Right. Someone's got Kidderminster Harriers saved. Kidderminster Harriers is a thing. Yeah. We can do that. That'll work. Let's do that. Okay. It's a shame that we're not going to be getting to a. You got the Banbridge job. That's what we're talking about. Good work. Right. Next time we stream, we will be in a final. Okay. That's pretty handy to know. Okay. We're going to end the stream top of the table still. We might have 2 cup finals next time. That'll be next week. We're going to go now and hang out with FM King. Take care. Come and join the playoffs tomorrow. Come and see us. Appreciate everyone being in, of course, as always. Take care, everyone. See you soon. All the best. Bye now.
Loans might not be a good shout as well if we can get some free loans in.